Hey guys. So I learned earlier today, and I already kind of knew this, but I learned earlier today that when you are doing a live and you're waiting for people to come on, kill some time. So as I'm sitting here waiting for you guys to join, and I'm trying to take some deep breaths because this girl doesn't train. So instead of calling this a training tonight, I'm just gonna say we're having a chat. So, if you guys are here, make sure that you say hi in the comments below. I like to see them. So, say hi, give me some likes, give me some loves, whatever you gotta do. Samantha, thank you. So, you guys don't know this. I don't know many of you. All my girls on the team are hopefully hopping on to just give me a little support here, but you guys don't know this, but I, up until a week and a half ago, had hair to the small of my back. I cut 13 inches off and I got my first mom cut. So my name is Dana, and as you guys are jumping on, I'm just going to give an overview on myself, tell you guys a little bit about how I got into Zyia last February, and then we're going to talk about back to basics. And so some of this stuff probably isn't going to be new to you. I'm just going to spill a little bit of my heart to you guys and talk about what I do. So my name's Dana Larson. I am a mommy. I have two littles. Rhett just turned 4, and Hazel, sweet, sassy Hazel. Hazel Bean is almost 2. She'll be 2 at the end of June. I have a husband, Jeremy, who, by the way, is just starting. Hey, Carmen. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Alyssa. My husband is just starting to finally understand that Zyia is pretty awesome. Gosh, you guys, when I enrolled February 6th last year, he was like, are you kidding? In fact, I didn't even tell him that I was enrolling until after I made my rep starter kit cost back, because I don't need that in my life. Like, if someone's not going to support me, out with that. So I said I was going to do it, and I was just going to prove him wrong. So anyway, so I have 2 littles. I have a husband, and I work full time. So I work at a bank, and I lead a team of project managers. And I'm going to try to watch you guys' comments as we go here, but I'm probably not going to catch them. And I'm kind of like a ping pong ball. And so whatever, I'm going to try and stay as focused as I can, which is hard for me because I get easily distracted and I talk a lot with my hands. So, and I work full time at a bank. That's what I was talking about. So I work full time at a bank. I lead a team of project managers. So I have a very, very demanding day job. But lucky for me, the vast majority of the time that I have at my day job, hey Linda, is spent on conference calls. And so I have the luxury of kind of being on my phone. And I do my entire Zyia business on my phone. And so as I have a break in my day, I really, really try to capitalize on some small, tiny little pockets of my day to run my business. And I'll talk more about that when I get back to my basics. But I just want you to know that I'm busy, right? Just like you guys are all busy, I'm busy. And I want you to know that the busy people are the people that get the most crap done. And so kudos to you guys for just taking time to invest in your business, because it takes time, it takes heart, and it takes hustle, right? We're all really busy. So really good job. So I started February 6th, 2019 after having a party and kind of like not really excitedly initially buying a pair of black leggings. And probably like all of you guys, hey Shondell, hey girlfriend, I got really excited because I got the leggings, fully kind of intending to return them, because I'm like, Carmen Groon's my amazing upline. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. But Carmen, I don't know. I bought these leggings and I loved them. So I had a party. I quickly fast forward and I became an addict. So I decided I needed to enroll. And from day one of my then, obsession, I had zero intentions of actually turning this into a business. The last thing that I wanted to do was actually spend more time running a business when I was already working more than full-time at my day job, which I'm, again, still doing, making food for the kids and being like a cafeteria mom, right? Putting my 2 littles to bed. Like, the last thing that I wanted to do at the time was run a business. That quickly changed. And that changed really because I was really stressed at work. And once I came home to my new Zyia packages and putting Zyia on, what I thought would just be an additional stress in my life really became an inhibitor. It decreased my stress of my day job and brought so much joy and positivity into my life, I needed more. And so I found myself waking up earlier in the morning and staying up later at night to buy myself more time in my day, to be able to move forward in my business, to be able to, like, hopefully someday not have to work, not have to go to my super busy job. And so I'm crazy, I know, and my VIP group, which I'll talk about in a little bit here, and how I love on them, comes to know that if they find me live at 5:30 in the morning, just being real, sipping my coffee and talking about the fact that I'm here to enjoy some time as a mom, waking up early to talk to them about something, like, they know that's what they're going to get from me. And so again, another time, you guys, I know we're busy. So that's a little bit of my story. So Zyia's really, really seriously just been that extra little gift. The team, the energy, my VIP group, everything, the friendships that I have got from this group and everywhere has been amazing. And so if you guys haven't found that in your business yet, my, I guess, speech a little bit to you is keep going, right? Be consistent and it will come, because we have the luxury to run our Zyia business in the tiny pockets of time that we have. And at the beginning, you might not have a lot of time. You might feel like you're pulling your hair out, but the more consistent that you can be in coming to your parties and coming to your VIP group and showing up to your business, the more successful you'll be faster. We're able to control our time, and we can't find that with many other gigs across the board. So here's where I kind of get into the next phase of this conversation when we talk about the basics. But before we do this, I'm going to have a series of questions for you guys, and I want you to comment below and just your responses. Okay, so I have 5 questions for you guys. And the first is, how many of you have never gone live? If you've never gone live in your VIP group, it's okay, but comment below. I've never gone live, right? Give me a little hands up or something. My response to you is this: go live, okay? Go live. It's gonna be scarier than shit, probably I keep it real, okay? I'm sorry. It's gonna be scary the first time you do it. And it's gonna be scary the second time that you do it. The third time is gonna get a little easier, and the fourth time, it's gonna be a piece of cake. Your business will not grow without going live. Number 2, and answer this if you've not done this. How many of you are scared of what you look like in a sports bra? They say to be silent to look for some reactions below. But how many of you are scared to go live in a sports bra and don't like what you look like? I don't like what I look like in a sports bra. Do I go live in a sports bra? You better believe it. And the reason that I go live in a sports bra and showing my vulnerability is because there's somebody on the other side of the camera that wants to see that, okay? We are slinging activewear. And if you, at whatever size you are, 0, 12, 18, 20, don't want to go live in your sports bra, do you think somebody that's that size isn't or is going to want to buy a sports bra? I guess my point is, you guys, be vulnerable with your group. Show up. Show them what you got, because someone's going to support you, and that's going to probably sell a sports bra just by being you. Okay, now, how many of you guys are afraid to hear no? I was. But do you know that the more no's that you get is going to get you closer to a yes? Okay. All right. How many of you guys are looking for acceptance? I actually have notes. So if you see me looking at my computer, I wrote this down and I felt pretty proud of this one. If you're looking for acceptance, I say, bye, Felicia. My son would be really proud of me right now if he heard that. He'd be like, bye, Felicia. You don't need that. Like, you don't need acceptance in your life. Like, people are going to love you for being you. And you are what is going to, I guess, show up. You guys are going to make your business, and your customers are going to like you for being you. Okay? Now, the last one before I keep going here is, how many of you don't know where to start? Like, do you not know where to begin? You might not. Do you think the most successful people in this business knew exactly what to do from day one? No, absolutely freaking not. Just start, okay? Start somewhere. So my answer to all 5 of those questions, and I was kind of ad-libbing as I went here, but the point of me asking those questions is to get you started and to help you guys know that you're here, you gotta be there. So stop and go. Okay, so stop those right now. Get out of your head and move forward. And get out of your own way. The second that you guys tell yourselves you can, you will. Okay? All right, so now let's move on here and talk about getting back to the basics. So I'm going to talk about, I think, 4 different things. I don't have them bulleted out on my notes, but things that I do every single day. I talked about how I wake up early, but one of the first things that I do when I wake up early is I start thinking, and I'm a planner, but I don't do much pre-planning, believe it or not. I don't have a lot of time in my life. We don't have a lot of time. And so I wake up in the morning and I think about what I'm going to post that day. I've seen trainings. I've seen other people that have talked about, on Mondays, talk about this. On Tuesdays, talk about that. On Wednesdays, talk about this. Thursdays, don't forget to talk about this. I don't play that game because I want to keep it simple. Simplicity is like, if it's not simple, I'm not going to do it. Okay. So, here's what works for me, but it doesn't mean it's going to work for you guys. I'm type A. I'm not super organized. I just do things. And so I wake up every day and I figure out the post that I'm going to do in my VIP group. And my focus that I do every single day is make sure that I'm loving on my VIP group. And so plan my posts for the day in my groups, and I commit to posting every single day, minimally 1 time in my VIP page. You need to be consistent in there. And I'm telling you right now that just because people aren't commenting or interacting, even though you want to get as much engagement in as you can in there, so your posts continue to show up, but people are watching even if they're not commenting. So make sure you keep posting. The other thing that I really try to do, and I talked about going live earlier before, or asked if you guys were scared about going live, but I try and go live in my VIP group extremely often. I don't want to say excessively, but I go a lot. And I think my VIP group has come to know and love my lives because I get vulnerable, I get raw, and I give very, very, very honest reviews. Remember, we're selling a high quality product, but we're also selling ourselves in a way, right? People are going to shop with who they like and who's giving them good, honest reviews. So go live in your groups and go live frequently. But don't always go, my recommendation for you is to don't always go live to talk with your intent to sell, okay? Talk about other things in that group too, but go live. Make sure that you're being creative in your posts. Josie down the road, who's a Zyia rep, probably posts quite a bit in her group. But Dana down the road wants to be herself. And so you'll find me spending a lot of time making my posts and making my own verbiage and kind of using my God-given brain to make my own fun creative posts. And I think your customers will come to know and love that about you too. Don't get me wrong, right? I think there's a time and a place to work smarter, not harder. I mean, often that's the case, but you guys put a little bit of time and creativity and energy into your posts because your customers will know and like that too. And then be authentic. People in your group get to know you, get to know what you like, get to know your family, get to know the fact that your dog is running through the background, or your kids are going to come and whine, or your kids are going to be on the couch screaming and yelling. And that's okay, right? Be you and be vulnerable. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to start. But just know we're all here to help too. So I'm going to move on now to parties. And something that I try to do, because I know I get very stressed out over things, a lot of things to be honest, but one of the things that stresses me out, and if this stresses you guys out to focus on this, right? Make a focus on the things that you need to get done. But it stresses me out if I don't have a full rolling 30 days or a full month of parties on my book. And so I try extremely, extremely, extremely hard to have the next 30 days or longer booked of parties. And I do 2 parties a week. And something that I learned stupidly, not sooner, And I'll talk about party format in a bit, and that's where I was going to go now, but I'll hold that thought for a second. So you might wonder, how do you book parties? And I would say the key is in the follow-up. And if you have a piece of paper, and I'll have you write these again later on, but if you have a piece of paper and a pen, write this down. It's 4 words. Don't ask, don't get. The answer is always no if you don't ask. So if you don't ask, you're not going to get. And so follow up. My recommendation, and something that I did did early on in my business when I knew that this was something more than just the personal discount, is followed up with every single one of my customers. Didn't matter if I knew the customer or not, but I followed up with every single customer to see, and I still do, to see how they like their Zyia. 90% of the time they're going to say, you know what, Dana, oh my gosh, I love this bra so much. In fact, I need another one. La-di-da. They're going to be very thankful that you reached out. The other 10%, and I don't know these statistics, but truthfully, it's probably that. The other 10% is going to say, you know what, my Zyia didn't work quite right, but then you help them and you provide this stellar customer service. From there, there's 2 things that I try to do based on their response. 1, lead into a booking conversation. I'm so glad that you love your Zyia. And I try to do voice messages instead of doing just text, because they can sense the tone in my voice. And I really, really, really try to be excited all the time when I talk. Josie, I'm so excited that you love your Zyia. You know, I'm always looking for new hostesses to book parties or to have parties for me. I do 95% of the work, and the hostess rewards are absolutely amazing. Would you love to host a party? And then, they'll say yes or they'll say no. But if you don't ask, you're not going to get the booking. The answer is always no. The other thing, and it depends kind of on my mood, and I've gotten significantly better at this, is getting out of my own head and planting seeds all the time about the business opportunity. Like, all the time. If you don't plant seeds about the business opportunity, again, the answer is always no. And I don't like to look at sponsoring as recruiting. Like, I'm not recruiting you into this business. I'm presenting you with a bomb-ass opportunity to sell Zyia because it's awesome. So I'll go one of 2 ways. Either let's book a party, or I knew that you would love it, depending on their size order. I knew that you would love it. Have you ever considered repping? Right? As a rep, you never have to pay full price, and it is super fun. And so, one of 2 ways. Now, let's talk a little bit more about parties. And I could talk a whole bunch about sponsoring. I could talk about a whole bunch about all of this. Here I was coming into this training. I have like 2 pages of notes. I was super nervous, and now I just basically can't stop talking because that's just, I guess, how I go. So let's talk quickly about parties. So I said I do 2 parties minimally a week. And I have done 3, and I have done 4 parties a week. And then I got much smarter, and I used to run these. Before I got much smarter, I used to run each of these as individual groups. I would do the same posts in every single group, and I would do the same lives multiple times a night in multiple groups, and I was killing myself for time. And then someone told me, why don't you do multi-hostess events? And I'm like, what's a multi-hostess event? So I did multi-hostess events, which means that I have 1 group for my hostesses, 2 or 3 hostesses a week. I do 1 live to kick the party off, and then I do 1 live every night of the party. And I don't have to duplicate my lives. I don't have to duplicate the posts. And the hostess coaching is really done in the format of a group chat. And I do a small little hostess competition between the hostesses, and they try really, really, really hard to beat each other, and it's really fun to get the competitive side out of people. But what it does this way is help with engagement in the group because there's more people in it. The hostesses are far more engaged. They're interacting, they're commenting, they're doing lives. They're taking away a lot of the work from me. And so I have seen my party sales increase significantly. The hostesses have been more inclined to tag people in my posts about the hosting opportunity because they get more points in my little my little challenge if they get parties booked. And so I have nothing bad to say about the multi-hostess party. And so if we want to talk more about that, we can. But I do multi-hostess party. The key to a successful party starts with you as your rep, and you need to show up, and you need to show up with energy. We've all been to parties, doesn't matter what the party is. We've all been to Facebook parties when all we see are posts in the group. We don't know when the party starts. We don't know when it ends. We don't know what product A is. We don't know what product B is. And it's boring. Like, boring parties online suck. Seriously, they suck. Like, who wants to buy from a rep that's a dud? Don't be a dud. Like, bring your energy to the party. You owe it to your customers. You owe it to your hostesses. So show up with an excitement and enthusiasm. So, ask yourself when you're doing your parties. That was a really big, awkward sigh. Ask yourself when you're doing your parties, or if you need to pep yourself up before you do a party, ask yourself, would I want me as my rep? And if the answer is no, turn it up a notch. So, y'all drink kombucha? Because that stuff's good. Sarah, I will share my hostess challenge. I will share that. Well, let's just talk about it now, because the next thing I'm going to talk about is hostess coaching, so it goes right in. So, first and foremost, without hostess coaching, I would say you can kiss that party goodbye. With hostess coaching, you're going to have an awesome party. The key is in the coaching. And so, I'll talk about my steps on hostess coaching, and then I'll talk about my hostess challenge for the multi-hostess party. So, here's what I do with all of my hostesses before the party. So, and all of my parties are 100% the same in terms of the format when I go live. I obviously update my posts based on inventory. I never want to post something that's out of stock. That's a big party fail. Do your job, right? Know our inventory. It's changing constantly. But I reach out to my hostesses, and this is key. If you guys want to build a team, listen to this. I reach out to my hostesses for the following week, the Wednesday before the party. And that message is very, 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 very similar. And I do a voice clip. If you're on Facebook Messenger, you just hold on a little microphone and you send a voice clip. If you don't know how to do it, figure it out, because it's going to save you guys time and it's going to be very helpful. So I present the hostess opportunity, and then I let my hostesses, I present the rep opportunity. I let my hostesses know that they have the opportunity to rep. And if they've never considered repping, it is a fantastic opportunity to earn free Zyia, to get a discount, and just an awesome opportunity for whatever they're looking for. Obviously, that's not what I say, but I present them with the rep opportunity, and let them know that if they want to enroll as a rep and want to look at the opportunity, instead of this being a party, we could turn it into a launch party where they not only earn the hostess rewards, but they're also earning the commission on it. And so it's a super, super, super easy opportunity to present the opportunity. They might say no, but you're planting that seed for a later time. The second thing that I do then in that conversation is let them know that I'll be back in touch with them over the weekend when I get their group set up, and make sure that they're still obviously interested in having the party. So that's part of the pre-coaching. Then the weekend before, I create their group in Facebook. And again, that's a multi-hostess. I have the exact same 4 setup posts in my groups every single time. And then I create a group chat with my 2 to 4 hostesses. And in that group chat, I start by trying to get their excitement. And I just say, you guys are my hostesses for the week. And in case you're wondering, guys, I don't tell them I do multi-hostess events. It just is what it is, right? I don't give them the option, because this is how I run my business. And thankfully, I have the control over that. So in that message, I let them know that they're my hostesses for the week, and I'm so excited, and I ask them who's excited too, and they're always like, man, I'm so excited. And then the next thing that I post is, before I tell them their group is ready and instructions on how to add people into their group, I tell them what their what the hostess promotion is. This is over and above the hostess rewards that I do, but it's a competition. And to me, this competition is key. It's a point system. And so I'll post it in the comments when we're done here. But I give away, and you can do whatever you want. I use my party rewards from my VIP group to give these hostess credits back to the customers, or to my hostesses. But I give one of the hostesses will earn an item up to $50 in value from me for winning. And again, there's a whole bunch of different points. And so this helps them get really, really, really excited. And I have the point system based on what what will help their party and what will help my business grow. So I'll post that in the comments below. I do a kickoff live every single Monday night. My parties run Tuesday through Friday, and I always go live on Monday night to kick the party off and let the guests know what to expect during the week. And so I think the key is in the lives for these. And Alyssa, maybe you're a dud. No, you're not a dud. You guys, I don't want my internal memory on my phone is extremely low. This is ridiculous. Okay, so I need to talk faster is what that means. Go live. Go live every single night of the party. Cater your posts. Be really fun. Be really exciting. Be really engaging. And you need to grow your VIP group in your parties. And so one of the first posts that I do in my parties is encourage people to jump over to my VIP page. And you want them to be engaged over there. So let's move on to prospecting. And I'm so sorry that I'm running. You guys, I could talk really fast here. It's 26 minutes later and I'm still talking. So I personally never cold message. I capitalize on absolutely every single opportunity that I can to plug the business. And I do it with excitement. If somebody is commenting a lot in a party, I plant a seed. If somebody is asking lots of questions, I plant a seed. If somebody buys a lot, I plant a seed. Like every single opportunity I can, I plant the business seed, and I'm talking about the opportunity. It was not this way when I first started at all. It was absolutely not this way when I started selling Zyia. Remember, I just wanted it for the personal discount. And so if I would reverse back to February 6, 2019, one thing that I would do different is I would not have waited to present the business opportunity in my VIP page or in my parties. I was hesitant for that because I was like, oh, people are going to say no, or someone's gonna be like, oh, it's one of those direct sales ladies again, right? Like, but then I got out of my own head because screw that. If they don't want to hear it, they don't need to see the message. But you know what? My team has grown because I present the opportunity. Your team won't go anywhere unless you present the opportunity. So present the opportunity. And if people have questions about prospecting, we can talk more about that too. So the last thing, and the thing that I'm personally working on more these days as I look to what's next in my Zyia business, is I'm trying to pour more heart, love, and soul and attention into my team. And so there will come a point in your business, depending on where you're at, where you will realize that it's not so much about your personal sales anymore, but now it's converting that time and energy that you once spent on your personal sales into pouring that love and excitement into teaching your team how to do this as well. And so I try and be as absolutely available as possible to my team and to the people that you get on board to make it the best experience that you can for them. Onboard them, show them the resources, but don't always be their answer, right? Show them the resources and so that they know where to find things. Okay, I have lots more tips, and seriously, my phone's probably gonna die on me. This is terrible. So I guess some closing thoughts for you guys. And you can write this down if you want, but I think you can tell now I have quite a bit of enthusiasm and energy, and I don't have this enthusiasm and energy for everything. I truly don't. I freaking love Zyia. I love the opportunity. I love the team. I love the product that we have. I love the family that we have. And so do everything that you do with excitement. You guys, people feed off of it. People see authenticity. People see just genuineness, and they're going to stay loyal to you if you show your excitement and authenticity. Put yourself and your heart into others, because that shows. Now, 3 things for you to write down if you haven't written these down already. The first, and it's a motto that I run my business off of, and I've shared with my team, and I share it awesome. The first is don't ask, don't get. Okay? The second, it's 3 words. You do you. Okay? And then the third, show up every single day. You guys, if you have 5 minutes, message 2 people. If you have 10 minutes, message 10 people. Figure out in the morning what you want your day to look like. Figure out the night before what you're going to do the next morning. It doesn't matter if you have an hour. It doesn't matter if you're running this business full time. I'm telling you right now that you can successfully run a business with 5 minutes a day. You can successfully run a business with an hour a day. You can successfully run a business with 5 hours a day. Put time into it, right? Zyia will be here for you when you have time, when you have energy, and when you have you. So that's what I have tonight, you guys. If you have questions, always reach out to me. Always ask questions or comment below. I'll try and come through as soon as I can figure out the freaking storage in my phone. I can't even believe it. My husband's going to be like, you need a new phone because you're on Zyia too much? Yep, that's right. Oh, I didn't even talk about that. He's fine. I could talk all the time, but I'm not going to because that's rambling. But if you have questions, you guys let me know. As soon as I get off here, I'll post what my hostess challenges below, and if anyone has questions, let me know. But you guys, great job. Keep it up, and I hope that my blabbering gibberish was helpful. Talk to you later.